Hey guys, it's Brian, aka bigbrainbeats. I'm super stoked about the video that I'm bringing to you today. It is part 2 of my snare video. In part 1 I did work with my Orange County percussion and drum snare. I took an Evans tune-up kit, which I recently got and super stoked about. Came with a UV1 batter head, came with a Snareside 300 snare head, and then a Custom Pro 20 strand snare wire. Slapped all of that onto the bad boy that is my gigging and recording snare. Super stoked about the way that that sounds. Also looks very clean. And then I ended part 1 by taking a look at my Mapex Voyager snare. I took everything off, all the hardware, even took off the wrap. The only thing I left on was the hardware for the vent hole because I didn't really have the tools to take it out safely or properly, so I just was able to cut the wrap around it and it worked for me. When I took the wrap off, I noticed that the outer ply has a really nice vertical grain. So I'm going to take this wood stain. It's a pineapple green tea, so a little yellow, a little greenish in the tone. I'm going to take this wood stain and I'm going to use it for this snare drum. Hopefully get that grain to pop a little bit more. Hopefully it'll look really cool the way it does in my mind. So we're going to see if that plays out. Maybe get a little more creative with it. But I hope you guys enjoy this video as I convert this shell of a drum into a beautiful snare drum that hopefully sounds better and also looks better than when I started. First things first though, I'm going to cover up this table with plastic so I don't stain that wood, I only stain this wood. And then I'm going to get a light sanding because there is some glue left on this from the wrap, and I want to make sure I get that off and not stain that. I stain just the wood. So I want to make sure that that's nice and smooth and off of the drum before I stain it. So I hope you enjoy this video and I'll get to work. Alright, so that took me way longer than I anticipated. When I started doing the stain on the Mapex Voyager snare, it came out super yellow and almost kind of came out like a paint rather than a wood stain. I didn't really like the way that the whole thing looked when it was just with the wood stain, so I kind of looked around to see what other supplies I might have. I actually had a spray paint that turns into a chalkboard material, so I used that and created a stripe right in the middle, as you guys saw. I think it's really cool because now I can put different sayings, different names, different designs on the middle of my drum, kind of make it original every single time that I use it. With that being said too, I did tune it up. I wanted to hit it a few times, show you guys what it sounded like, but I'm super excited about the way this drum came out. I think what I'm going to start out with is some zigzag patterns, make it look like Charlie Brown's shirt, so maybe I'll throw that in at the end so you can kind of see how that will look, looking like Charlie Brown's shirt. I think it would be kind of funny. Just to start out with, maybe have other people draw different designs on my drum, but I can always keep updating it. That's the cool part about using that chalkboard right in the middle. And we'll see what else I keep doing with this drum. It's kind of fun to mess around with them and see what else you can do with them. If you have the supplies, if you have the patience with yourself, because of course you got to make sure that you are taking care of the instrument. As you saw, I did have to sand a little bit of those beveled edges because there was some paint that got onto those, so I just had to spot sand those and get the paint off and make sure I didn't ruin the angle or create any dips or anything like that for the drum head to make sure that it can still sound good when you tune it. I'm going to go ahead and start hitting it now, so watch those ears. So I did want to show you guys a little up close. As you can see, it is a chalkboard material. I did a little finger erase right there. As you can see, it kind of goes away because it is a chalkboard material that I spray painted on here. So it's kind of cool. Made it look like what I consider to be Charlie Brown's shirt. The yellow with that black zigzaggy pattern wrapped around it. I think it looks really funny. I'm also thinking about maybe sometime drawing like a Batman logo on it since it's black and yellow. Maybe drawing different shapes, designs on it. Just making it look original. Maybe we'll mess with this a little more. Maybe I'll get another drum shell. Maybe we'll play with other things. I don't know. This was fun. Hope you enjoyed it.